Hi guys, it's Wade with your Thursday spot on Pagan Perspective, and this week we're going to be discussing nature's effects on our belief and how we centre around nature. First off, I just want to talk about the fact that I am Wiccan, and of course it is the centre point to my belief system. I do find it quite amusing that people find it amusing that I worship nature. Simply because nature, if it wasn't for nature, we would not be here, we would not exist. Nature is the subject of all that exists and all that survives. Especially, there is a lack in everything that's around us, you know what I mean? A lack of... People don't feel the need to go out and discover why things happen. I don't know how to explain it. For example, my friends, when I discuss to them my beliefs, they seem to find it quite humorous, because apparently I'm a tree hugger and I'm a hippie, when I've never hugged a tree in my life from what I can recall, and I just think it's a whole thing about like, when people take the mickey out of peace and love, it's like, so would you rather people go out there preaching hate and terrorism? It's almost like our existence as humans nowadays centres around the negativity, and we are too quick to attack people who are trying to preach love and peace in a totally honest way. I mean, obviously you get these religions who claim they're all about peace, and they're clearly not all about peace at all. But that said, people like hippies were all about peace and love. And yes, you may not agree with some of the things that they were against or whatever, but at the end of the day, taking the mickey out of peace and love isn't exactly a very intelligent thing to say. I just think it's ridiculous that people still take the mickey out of... I don't want to repeat the word peace and love, because it's just stupid. It really is. It's, I don't know, but back to nature. It's a major part in my practices. My whole date book is filled with cycles, so I can keep track with how the moon and the sun and everything's working, because I am very interested in the way that those work, and I do believe in that. And I also... I'm becoming very interested in astrology. I have those cycles on my date book as well, and it just helps me plan when to do spell work and other things to do with witchcraft. Also with the sabbats, whatever you want to call them. It has all the information for those as well. So if I'm doing something that day, I know what's going to work and what's going to be best and things like that. And not just the cycles are important when it comes to nature. I think, depending on what religious view you're from, me being from Wicca, it's important that I stay up to date with things that are happening around the world. For example, the oil spill, which is devastating, and the volcano eruption. We even discussed that on my website a few weeks back, where what kind of effects would that have on magical, the magical side of things, and what things can be used to make use of that energy that was being released, and just things like that. And I think it's important to look at all these different changes and also put your own spin on them, because while nature does go through this cycle, the cycle is changing every year. So take your own little bit of observation and put that in there, because nature is unpredictable. And if you're working on a witchcraft side of things, sometimes graphs and information from the internet can be very helpful, but also your own observations of what's happening are very, very important. And also, when you're... sorry. Also, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's important that, in my path, that I stay with the current of what's happening on a natural side of things. And also, don't ever forget that human nature and human activities and actions are very much a part of nature as the tree outside. if you're in an environment that is where someone is very negative or things like that, they will affect things that you're going to do and your day-to-day life. And I don't know, this is such a big subject, and at first I thought it was so small when we got given the question, but it's a massive subject, and it depends on what you want to know with my view about nature, you know what I mean? It's just the centre part of everything. Obviously sometimes if you're doing spell work and you really need to get a spell done and the current moon phase isn't there, go ahead and try it. At the end of the day, it could work, it could not work. I believe in working with the moon cycles, but at the same time, if I needed to do something, I wouldn't necessarily, and I couldn't wait for the next moon that would fit that thing. I would just go and do it anyway, and see how it went, because it's trial and error, and it'll just happen if it happens. But I do think nature plays a big role in the way I live my life, and well, it plays a massive role. Well, actually, it plays a massive role in everybody's life, but me specifically, I focus on the role that it does play. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say, because it is such a vast subject, and Kyle and Cara have already discussed the kind of factors that I would have put across anyway. So that's kind of a little video from me on nature, and yeah, it's my birthday today. That's what was holding this down, if you're wondering what the hell's going on. So yeah, I'm going to go to uni and do some work and then go out. And yeah, so I hope you all have a great end of the week and a great weekend. And I'll see you next Thursday on the Thursday Spot at Pagan Perspective. Blessed be. Peace out.